Good evening, everyone. I'm Rod Wood.
And I'm Christy Casciano. A special Rose Lane ceremony at Syracuse University today as Remembrance Week comes to a close. The university community continues to honor those who were killed in the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103. 270 were killed, including 35 SU students. Every year, 35 seniors are chosen to be Remembrance Scholars to honor those killed in the tragedy.
Now, Remembrance Scholars are seen as leaders and difference makers on the campus, and tonight, News Channel 9's Jennifer Sanders introduces us to one scholar and Syracuse native who is making history.
Cleo Hamilton, a senior at Syracuse University, is one of a kind. If you stop and watch him for just a few moments, you can instantly feel his passion for life and his love for SU.
Because I remember since my 5th grade year, it was like my first time I visit one of their campuses with my classmate for the first time, and then it was like part of the college tour. And then one of the staff asked one of us mission, how many of you want to go to SU? And then me, the other 10 students raised our hand.
Perhaps not knowing that just a few years later, that dream would come true. After graduating from Nottingham High School, Cleo started here as part of InclusiveU. It's a program that brings people with intellectual and developmental disabilities into a full inclusive setting at the university. Beth Myers says Cleo is one of the program's star scholars.
Cleo is a part of everything here. He is one of those students that you can find here at all hours of the day, every weekend, attending everything that is offered.
He's involved in several student organizations, works at Goodwill, and he's even a leader in Relay for Life. That's a way to honor his mother, who died of breast cancer when he was just 8 years old. His will to give back is part of the reason he decided he wanted to keep aiming higher and become a Remembrance Scholar, one of the highest honors a student can receive.
One of some friends of mine who were the last year Remembrance Scholars here on this campus, and then sooner or later I heard about the application was out, and then I decided to take the advantage by having the opportunity to fill out the application.
So we talked him through that, and he was really adamant that he wanted to apply the same as all other students.
That determination paved the way for change. He went through a rigorous application and interview process, and even though about 170 others applied, there was something about Cleo that stood out.
He's active with things that I don't even know how long the list is, and I think that's something that really stood out to the selection committee, was not just how involved he is and how much he loves SU, but what an empathetic and caring and kind young man he is.
Part of the reason he was selected to become a Remembrance Scholar. He'll never forget the moment he got the email that changed his college career.
When I grabbed my cell phone, I called my father and let him know about it.
And it was just really this special moment where everybody in sort of a larger community was able to come together and really connect over this really remarkable moment where everyone was so proud of this work that he had done, and that he was being recognized for all of his accomplishments.
He now proudly joins his peers to honor the 35 students who were killed on Pan Am Flight 103, carrying on a legacy while leaving his mark at Syracuse University.
And I think he really deserves to be recognized for the things that he's overcome, to be able to be recognized for all that he's accomplished, and the fact that he really does give so much to this university.
Jennifer Sanders, News Channel 9.
Cleo is majoring in sports management. He tells Jennifer he wants to move to New York City and work with athletes at Columbia University.